I once had the profound privilege of sitting down with an author whose words have shaped the minds of millions. In the quiet intensity of his study, surrounded by the ghosts of characters he'd created, I asked him a simple question. What is the very first thing you do when you decide to write a new book? His answer wasn't about character sketches or plot outlines. He leaned forward, his eyes holding the wisdom of 1,000 stories, and said something that changed my entire perspective on creation and on life itself. I write the last chapter first. He let that sink in before continuing. It keeps my writing relentlessly focused, he explained. Every word, every chapter, every twist in the plot is a step toward a destination I have already defined. I always know exactly where I am going to end up. There is an ocean of wisdom in that simple statement, and it's not just for authors. This is a manual for living. This is the way we are meant to navigate our existence. So I ask you the question that you must ask yourself every single day. What do I want the last chapter of my life to say? The most successful people on this planet, the ones who leave an indelible mark, don't just drift through life. They live with breathtaking intention. They are the architects of their own reality. They intentionally design and build a life that will produce the experiences they desire. But for so many of us, there's a disconnect. I hear you. You're out there right now saying you want success, you crave a breakthrough. But when you look at your daily habits, your mindset, your environment, your life is simply not structured in a way that can produce the victory you seek. Today, with this message, we are going to change that. I'm going to lay out a strategic blueprint with 5 foundational steps for making this year, this very year, your definitive breakthrough. It is time to stop being a passenger, tossed about by the emotional waves of life, and start becoming the captain of your own ship. The greatest tragedy is not death, but a life that was never truly lived. It's time for you to start living life instead of just letting life happen to you. The music swells slightly, becoming more determined and hopeful. I know who is listening to this right now. Some of you have been beaten down, sucker punched by circumstances, and knocked flat on the unforgiving mat of life. I see you. I know some of you are bruised, your spirit folded and shattered on the inside. I feel that. I know there are those of you who have been contemplating giving up, who have stared into the abyss and wondered if it's worth taking another step. I even know that for someone listening right now, that abyss has felt like an escape. But I am here to tell you, with every fiber of my being, that you are hearing this message for a reason. This is not an accident. This is an appointment. There is a force in this universe, a divine love that is reaching out to you through these words. If you study the biographies of the giants, the legends, the people whose names are etched into history, you will find a common thread. Every single one of them was a product of their struggle. They walked through the same fires you are walking through right now. They felt the same pain, the same despair. But they did one thing that changed everything. They turned it around. And that is the entire game. I know you've been wounded. I know you're hurting. And I know the weight of that pain feels unbearable. I get it. Your spiritual enemy has masterfully used the pains of your past, the betrayals, the failures, the heartbreaks, to forge chains, to keep you enslaved in a prison of your own history. But for you to have your breakthrough this year, you must reframe what happened to you. By fundamentally changing the meaning of your past, you can transform the chains that held you in bondage into the fuel that will thrust you into greatness. The scripture says, what the enemy meant for evil, God will use for good. There's a powerful saying that echoes this truth. There can be no testimony without first having a test. And that, my friend, is what your entire life has been up until this very moment. One great, big, defining test. Now the divine architect is going to use your past, every crack, every scar, every tear, as the foundation for your victory, the foundation for your greatness, the foundation for a story that will bring glory to the highest. You have to reframe your past as your boot camp. It was your training. It was your preparation. It was your university. You have earned a PhD from the School of Hard Knocks. So now, when the world asks you, "What's your degree in?" you look them dead in the eye and say, "Greatness." When they ask, "What was your major?" you tell them, "Overcoming." When they say, "That's a rough background," you say, "No, I am a product of my struggle." You tell them you studied economics in a class that taught you how not to make it, so you could master the art of the comeback. You tell them you studied history at the Gettysburg of your personal interests. You tell them you majored in political science by studying how Martin Luther King Jr. feasted at the table of success while navigating a landscape that wanted him to starve.
This is how you must frame your life from this day forward. They may not see the greatness in you yet, but that is irrelevant. These 5 steps I'm about to lay out for you are your tools to chisel away the stone and reveal the masterpiece within. It doesn't matter if you've been off track 1,000 times. Whenever you feel lost, you come back to these fundamentals and they will set you right again. My father used to say, "Son, whenever you get lost in life, go back to the basics." And the ultimate basic is truth. So let's begin with a foundation of truth from Jeremiah 29:11. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." We start with this word because we are laying a foundation of unshakable truth to build upon. Truth is the ultimate tool for greatness. Step 1. Lay the foundation for victory in relationship. The absolute bedrock of your victory is established not in the hustle, not in the grind, but in the quiet moments of connection with the divine. Your foundation is your alone time with God. Let me ground this in Scripture. Mark 1:35 says, "Very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house, and went off to a solitary place where he prayed." A wise man once wrote, "The prayer closet is the arena which produces the outcome." You want to make this year your year? Your primary goal is to develop the discipline to set aside sacred time every single day to be in His presence. Every time we get alone with God, something new is born within us. And let me be crystal clear, I am not in any way, shape, or form talking about religion. I am talking about a living, breathing relationship. Religion, with its rituals and rules, cannot save you. It will not heal you. It will not liberate you. The only thing that will is a one-on-one relationship with your Creator. Forget buying your spirituality retail. Go wholesale. Go directly to the source. Just because religious rituals have been accepted as truth for centuries does not make them true. The real, transformative power of God resides in that personal connection. There's a powerful story about a group of monks who lived in a monastery high on a mountain. Every day they would begin their silent prayers before the sun rose and continue in deep meditation until nightfall. One day, a stray cat wandered onto the monastery grounds, and like clockwork, as soon as the monks began their sacred prayer time, the cat would begin to meow, creating a disruptive racket all day long. Finally, the chief monk said, "We must do something about this." So from then on, every single morning before prayers, they would take the cat and tie it to a nearby tree. It worked perfectly. The monastery was silent. At nightfall, they would untie the cat, and life went on.
Years passed, and one day the chief monk passed away. His understudy took over, and they faithfully continued the tradition of tying the cat to the tree. Decades went by. Then, one day, the cat died. This threw the entire monastery into chaos. They didn't know how to proceed. Their prayer life had become so intertwined with this ritual that they couldn't function without it. A council was called. One of the younger monks finally said, "Why don't we simply go into the village, find another cat, and tie it to the tree? Then we can continue our worship." This sounded like profound wisdom to the council, so they agreed. They bought a new cat, tied it to the tree, and their prayer life began again. That's a funny story, but how many of us are tying a cat to a tree every single Sunday morning? We are just going through the motions. Real worship, Real connection cannot be accomplished with empty rituals. It can only be accomplished in spirit and in truth. Step 2. Awaken to your calling. The absolute key to success is building your life around the unique strengths, gifts, and natural abilities that God gave you. Everything your Creator does, He does with purpose. He has anointed you with specific talents for a reason, and your calling will always be tied to these divine abilities. We struggle the most in life when we drift outside of our lane, when we try to be someone or do something that God did not design us for. This is the essence of the 9-to-5 life for so many, working that job, that just over broke existence. Many of us are living just over broke because we have traded our calling for a paycheck out of fear. We have silenced the person God made us to be because society told us this is the safe way to live. We willingly walk into financial and spiritual slavery, living a life we were never meant to endure. Anytime we function outside of God's calling for our life, we give birth to disillusionment, frustration, and a deep spiritual emptiness. This scarcity mentality has to stop right now. One of the biggest problems in the world is that 90% of the population is out of position. They are not doing what God called them to do. And that is the root of the chaos, disorder, and strife we see everywhere. This year, I challenge you, stay in your lane. Be the real you. Some of you listening know exactly what you've been called to do. The dream is screaming inside of you, but you've been ignoring it. But others have no clue. You don't know what your calling is. So start by asking this one question every single morning. What did God design me to do? That single question will set a journey of discovery in motion. You can get anywhere you want in life if you just start asking the right questions. What are you most passionate about? True success is built on fire. Fire is passion. Passion is intensity. That is what you must build your life around.
Let me get real with you. Some of you know your passion. You know what you were designed to do, but you are terrified to step out and pursue it. You say, my dream won't pay my bills. Let me get in your face with some love here. You've been struggling financially your whole life anyway. It's not like you're sitting on a mountain of cash that will disappear if you step away from that soul-crushing job. I am not going to trade my greatness in for safety, for benefits, for a 401k. Your dream right now might be to work for the next Steve Jobs, when God has designed you to be the next Steve Jobs. This is your year to live a purpose-driven life. So I ask you again, what has God designed you to do? This year must be different. You have to set yourself on fire, and that fire is your passion. Let me define it for you. Passion is an inexhaustible appetite to display one's true inner self. It's an unstoppable eagerness to express to the world who you truly are. Who are you? What sets you on fire? Spend this entire year getting to that place. That is where you will find your ultimate success. As the proverb says, do you see a man skillful in his work? He will stand before kings. He will not stand before obscure men. There's a difference between admiring someone's calling and being anointed to do it. Stay in your lane. Step 3. Define what's important. When John Lennon was in grade school, his teacher asked the class to write down what they wanted to be when they grew up. Students wrote up policeman, fireman, astronaut. When the teacher collected John's paper, it simply said, I want to be happy. The teacher told him, John, you don't understand the assignment. John calmly replied, no, you don't understand life. We have to keep that in focus this year. Our lives must be purpose-driven, outcome-oriented, and legacy-focused. We all share the same ultimate purpose, to bring glory to God in everything we do. Our victories and successes are the marketing campaign for the kingdom. The greats, the legends, the champions, they are always focused on their legacy. Your life isn't just about you. Your gifts are meant to make this world a better place. God has planted something inside of you that only you can give. That is your gift to humanity. This is legacy building.
Your mindset needs to shift from what do I want to what do I want my legacy to be. Get up every day and ask yourself that question until the answer burns in your soul. The moment you awaken to that question is the moment your life begins to change. Give this year a theme. What is this year about for you? Maybe it's the year of liberation, the year of fearless restoration, or the year of crowned discipline. When you give it a theme, it unifies your focus. Broken focus is the #1 reason for failure. This step taps into vision, and vision is the genesis of all greatness. The scripture tells us to write the vision and make it plain. You must write this stuff down. Write your purpose, write your legacy, write your theme. A common mistake is writing New Year's resolutions before figuring out who you are. Find yourself before you seek the strategy. Who are you? I'm not talking about the identity the world gave you or the labels the enemy tried to place on you. I'm talking about the real identity God breathed into you. To fully grasp this, break it down into 5 elements. Be purpose-driven, legacy-focused, outcome-oriented, goal-driven, and action-aligned. Now, here is your assignment. When this is over, take out a piece of paper. At the top, write the date of the last day of this year. Pretend the entire year has already happened. Now, write down everything you accomplished. Write the last chapter of your year first. Then you take out that piece of paper every single morning, you read it aloud, and you align every single action throughout your day to make that chapter a reality. Step 4. Live in an environment of truth. This principle rests on step 1 because you cannot fully awaken to truth until you have been in the presence of God. The word says, "The truth shall set you free." The fastest way to radically change your life is to introduce pure, undiluted truth into it. The enemy cannot survive in an environment of truth. He's like a roach. The moment you flip on the light, he scatters. Your life will transform the second you hit that light switch. This is about embracing authentic power. Truth has 2 core elements: God's truth, which are the natural laws that govern the universe like gravity and love, and the truth he put inside of you, your unique identity. You cannot walk in your full power until you understand who you are. My wife and I just built a new house and had to change our address at the post office. We kept getting notices at our new address saying, "We have mail for you," that was sent to the old address. When we went to the post office, the clerk said, "I need to see your identification before I can give you these packages. I have to confirm your identity."
It's the same with life. God has already sent you the promise. He's already sent the blessing, the healing, the prosperity. It's already there, waiting for you. But in order for you to pick up those packages, you have to show the world your true ID, the one God gave you. Your identity has to match the name on the blessing. You cannot possess what you are unaware of. I used to read about other people's dreams until the day I found my own. Because I discovered my identity, I can now see my dream so clearly that its manifestation is inevitable. To live in an environment of truth, you must approach your relationships differently. Real success is the full and outright demonstration of authenticity. You can't live a half-truth in your relationships and expect to be fully real in your work. I'm going to give you something that will change the entire dynamic of your life. From this point forward, vow to make every relationship one of truth. Raise your own standard first, then demand it from everyone around you. You tell them, "I don't want anything from you except your truth. I will not judge you for what you say, only for the level of truth with which you say it." When you do this, trust is established and relationships transform from surface level to deep, life-giving connections. That spark will set you on fire, and that fire will bleed into every area of your life. Step 5, align your mind with success. Wherever the mind goes, the body will follow. Romans 12:2 says, "Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." It all starts with your thinking. Your mindset is the thermostat that sets the temperature for every room you enter. You have to walk into rooms differently this year. You cannot have a 2024 level of success with a 2016 mindset. This requires a complete mindset shift. This year, I command you to start dreaming bigger. You have so much more inside of you. You've been settling for far less than God intended. Dream bigger.
Because with God, all things are possible. Your infinite potential is waiting to be unlocked. A person who cannot control their thinking automatically disqualifies themselves from greatness. Pour success into your mind daily. Read books, listen to audio, watch videos, go to seminars. Surround yourself with greatness by the gallon. If you want this year to be different, you must commit to being different. You have to face your fears. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Stop running every time something hurts or ruffles your feathers. You cannot outrun the things you need to confront. The only way to beat them is to turn around, face them, and conquer them. Some of you have been giving up too easily. To give up on a dream is to commit an abortion on the life God intended. You were right at the door of your breakthrough when you threw in the towel. Not this year. This year is yours. Own it.
Let me paint you a picture. Nobody pays to see a movie where the hero has a perfect life from beginning to end. No struggles, no pain, no setbacks. That movie would be a flop. The biggest blockbusters are stories of tragedy and triumph. We connect with the character, and then we watch them get hit with a massive setback. They are broken down to nothing. But in that place of nothingness, they find themselves. And when they find themselves, they rise up and conquer. That movie is your life. Everything that has happened up to this point is just the beginning of the film. The beautiful part is, you get to write the ending. So write it. Write that comeback story that will have people lined up around the block to witness. If you don't like the script your life is following, write a new one. You are the Steven Spielberg, the George Lucas of your own life. You are the director. Pick up the pen and write the life you want to live. You are beautiful, you are strong, you are amazing, and you deserve the very best that life has to offer. I know life has sucker punched you, but you are still standing. You are a product of the struggle, and your best days are ahead of you. Draw a line in the sand today and declare, it all stops here. I was meant for greatness, and I will achieve it. I am going to the top, and nothing is going to stop me. I know who I am. I am a champion. I am an overcomer. I will not be denied what is mine. I am a child of the Most High God, and today I start acting like it. I am blessed and unstoppable. This is the very essence of what we champion here at Final Gear. We believe that your greatest performance is still ahead of you. It's time to stop coasting and start accelerating towards your destiny. If this message has fueled your engine for change, shift your life into overdrive and smash that like button. Share this with anyone who needs to be reminded of their own power to rewrite their story. And to join a crew that is committed to hitting top speed in every area of life, make sure you subscribe to Final Gear and activate that notification bell. It's time to engage your final gear and unleash the champion within. Your past is a lesson, not a life sentence. The comeback is always greater than the setback.